Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are across this great wide world of ours. I haven't done a video on my one YouTube page, and what I want to talk about is concerning being aware or being present. I've done quite a few on being present and being aware of your situation, and what I find is a lot of people are not really aware or present where they are. I happened to have to go somewhere the one day, and I was taking the bus, and I like taking the bus once in a while, taking mass transit, like in New York and some of the even the bigger cities, because it's a good way to observe and see people in their element or who they are. And what I was finding, or what I'm finding, is a lot of people are so much wrapped up into their world, their own world, they're not really aware of their surroundings. And what occurs when this happens is, like I was seeing with this, was people would be getting off the bus and yet they were playing with their phone or trying to get things together and not realize that people were getting off the bus. So the consequence of this was they're not really aware and they're not cognitive of what they're doing. And when this happens, is you're not really living in the moment. You're actually thinking of something in the past or in the future. And there's something that Marcus Aurelius, and I've been reading a lot about Stoics philosophy, and the thing that I find is you got to live the present and make the most of the present, because really there's nothing you can do about the future. Really isn't nothing you can do about the past, but you can definitely make a difference in that individual day. Like today, there's snow on the ground here in Cincinnati. It's very cold, and I was going to work on taxes, but it's going to be cold tomorrow, and I was going to do my business, but I'm going to do taxes tomorrow and then do some other stuff tomorrow and just kind of just chill today and make the most of today. But it goes back to what I've said, is that you make the most of this day. In other words, this is a Saturday. It's the 17th, and you make the most of the 17th and move forward. And there's some things I want to do at the end of the month, and it's like I'm not really pressuring myself to do this because it's more or less I'm worrying about stuff. I'm not worried about stuff that needs to be done, but I can't do anything about it. So, case in point, I have to deal with what the weather, because the one business I am doing is weather generated, and when the weather is generated cold and snowy, I cannot be able to do the other business. So the goal here for me is to make the most of what I can in that day and to recharge my body and work on things that I need to work on. Presently, like I said, I hadn't made some videos, so I plan on making videos. Get caught up on reading a book that's from the 1920s on social psychology and about the races. And it's a book I've been wanting to read because it's dated back to 1920. And this was the foundation for uh, you know, uh, genetics at that time, or stuff that Hitler would call the master race, eugenics, I would say, that create a master race. And part of this is a book on white European people, and not necessarily on the structure, but this is some of the focus points of the 1920s, the intellectuals of the time, such as some of the royal family. I believe Edward VI, I believe some of the other people looked at this stuff as well, intellectuals, especially in the United States. And Darwinism, part of this is encased back into Darwinism of the fittest of the races. And the point that I want to make on this is that I'm not actually talking about this, but what I want to talk about is living in the moment or living for the moment, but trying to understand what's happening in this day or for February 17th in the afternoon here in Cincinnati, Ohio, and not necessarily worrying about what happened on the 16th or what is going to happen on the 18th, but living for the moment on today and making the most of the day and then moving forward from there. So the point is that I see a lot of people when I get on mass transit that sometimes they're wrapped up into their own little world and they can't relate what's going on around them. And when that happens, they might miss opportunities. And I'm a big component of the laws of attraction. So when you are so engrossed or self-absorbed in your own stuff, then you miss out on opportunities that may be coming your way. So the goal here is to always be present and make yourself self-aware. And like I said, and this is something that can't be easily taught. It takes practice, practice, and practice to get this, to learn this, and to move forward in life. So the goal here is always to practice being in the present, and then, like I said, you may miss out on an opportunity. For instance, I think something happened last week. Somebody called me, and I wasn't worried about what was going on tomorrow or what happened yesterday, but was living in the moment of figuring out what I could do, and I was able to miss out on a business network that I needed to do. And so the goal here is to always keep that line or that open channel. And the point is also, we talk about these social medias like Instagram, YouTube, and that there's a lot of people on there that are just trying to spam or got or trying to got some kind of network that have some kind of scheme going on and not necessarily being genuine. And usually within 5 minutes, I can tell somebody whether they're being genuine or if they're not being genuine. And this is a gift that God gave me, and I feel very blessed that I'm able to do this because I can tell whether somebody is being genuine to me or just giving me a bunch of bullshit and thinking things to go along. And that's a part of owning a business. And the goal here always is to be in present. And for instance, like I said, I didn't miss out on, but if I was not thinking about what was going to happen tomorrow or what was going to happen yesterday, I might have missed out on this business opportunity or this business network. So it's key to always live in the present and be aware of things. And like I said, granted, I know a lot of people have issues and concerns and financial worries, but the goal here always is to try to be present. And that's where things really work into a position where you can always move forward if you're present in life. And like I said, I post a lot of my videos on Instagram, X, and etc. And I can tell when they do that the people aren't being unique and genuine about their approach. Especially, I have 2 channels now, and one of them is that I feel there's a concern about issues not being raised or issues being raised for Native American culture. And the point is, as a leader in a lot of research I've done with Native American culture, it behooves me to reach out and to articulate what needs to be accomplished, because there's a lot of times that things, validation occurs if you have a postgraduate degree, because this person is seen as an expertise in this. So the goal here is always, I feel I'm very blessed in that regard, and that the goal here is to be present and to help others along the line. And part of that, like I said, is if you're present, your goal is to help others. And they talk about that in the Bible. And I'm not talking about, a certain religion, but it's just the basic commonality, or it's the empathy that if you help others, you can help better their life. For instance, another example is somebody reached out to me, a friend of mine, and asked me, do I have Medicare or Medicaid for patients? And then I realized, oh, I forgot to check on that. So, I mean, that's the kind of goal. And then I made a note on that so that I can call them on Monday morning about it. So these are the issues that if I'm not paying attention to when somebody's telling me, and not under being active listening and not being in the moment, I could have missed out on that opportunity. It's the same thing. Like I said, I'm doing some things, ads with Google. I reached out to them, being present, and I was able to figure out some things on my own. But the fact of the matter is, I was being present and had the initiative. And so what people need to do, in a summary with this, is to be present, and those initiatives, or what I call the laws of attraction, will come open. And not to, one thing that I'm learning, even because I don't have all the answers, is just to be more patient, because I have a tendency not to be patient about things, and things will happen. So anyway, please like and subscribe to my channel. Please, if you're interested, email me at bthomasmillerpsych@gmail.com. Also, I have books available on Amazon that are self-published, and they run the gamut from empowerment and change all the way up to the latest one, road water quality on the reservation. Anyway, folks, I will talk to you soon, and hopefully sometime midweek I'll send out another video and talk to you real soon. Have a great day. Bye.